All right, and as we do every single Friday, we catch up with a member of the Proteas squad, and this week is no different. Today we are joined by the sharpshooter Elmeré Van Der Berg. Good morning, Elmeré. Thank you so much for joining us on Sports and Morning Live.
Good morning.
Elmeré, how excited are you feeling as this countdown just continues to the start of the World Cup? Just 14 days to go. We know you guys have now met up in camp, just been there for a couple of days now. What's the mood like amongst the players?
All the players is positive and everyone's excited to see each other, and the vibe in camp is really good. It's starting to feel real now.
And let's talk about your particular form going into this World Cup. We know that you play for Leeds Rhinos out in the UK. Overall, what do you make of the season that you've had and just your readiness for this World Cup?
I never went overseas because of my injury, so I played TNL this year. But I think I'm ready to go into World Cup and give it my best, and every chance I get to put out the best on the court.
And what did you make of the TNL season this year in terms of just the level of competition? And I know at some point we're saying we're not seeing as many Proteas players are playing in the final of the TNL. My experience with TNL this year wasn't as nice as I thought it would be. But it's the first games I got when I was back from the injury. So I think I built it on every game since I started playing TNL. And I mean, you do speak about this injury that you've had now. Talk us through about just your recovery in terms of this injury. How has that process been for you? Because I would assume you just wanted to make sure that you're up and ready for the World Cup. How was the recovery process for you?
It was quite long. It was supposed to be 3 months and then it happened to be 6. But I'm positive about my ankle, and it's good looking forward from that injury.
And just from a psychological point of view, do you think that has affected you in terms of just your confidence in sharpshooting?
No, not really. I was scared in the beginning to play again, but when I got my confidence back, I don't think of my ankle anymore.
And just looking forward in terms of that first encounter that South Africa has in this World Cup, what are your expectations as a team going into that first game, knowing that it's to a sold-out arena of just South Africans that want to see the Proteas do well?
It's a very exciting thing to look forward to. To be able to represent your country on home soil and, with all the South Africans cheering us on.
And I mean, Elmeré, we look at this World Cup and we know that there's been 2 very dominant nations in Australia and New Zealand. And there is a possibility that we may face New Zealand in the crossover, and we see how we performed against them in the quad series. What do you think it is about these nations that just sets them a bit apart from the rest?
I think they train in a high performance environment all the time, and they are exposed to big netball because of the leagues they play in New Zealand or Australia or stuff like that. So I think that's what sets them apart from us.
And when you look at this South African team that we've got now, I mean, we've got players that are playing in Australia and the UK. Do you think that's something that's also helping us in terms of just playing catch up, in terms of just the quality and competitiveness that this Proteas side brings?
Yes, I think playing overseas in all those leagues helps the South Africans who come back here to play for the Proteas, because you're exposed to that high-level games weekend after weekend. And I think that helps with coming back and playing for the Proteas in the World Cup, for an example.
And of course, we are building up to this World Cup and we're all looking forward to it. But particularly for you, what does it mean to you to be able to play this World Cup in Cape Town, South African soil? Who do you have coming out and supporting you in your corner, family and friends-wise?
It's a huge honor and privilege to be able to represent my country in the World Cup.
And my mom and dad and friends of my mom and dad and some of my university friends are coming to come and watch me.
And how important is it for you? And what does it mean to you to be able to play in a World Cup and have these people who mean so much to you be there to see you do what you do best?
It's a once-in-a-lifetime experience to be able to attend the World Cup in South Africa. And I'm very honored and thankful for my parents and all my friends who's coming out to come and watch me. Not everyone gets the opportunity to do that. So I'm very thankful for my parents.
Something else we like to do here on Morning Live on Fridays is we like to have teaching moments and lessons. Now, you once said, once upon a time, you were a little girl with big dreams that you promised you'd make real one day. Don't disappoint yourself. Tell us about what that was all about for you.
It was the first time I got announced to play Commonwealth Games, and then with the whole experience with Commonwealth Games and actually realizing what it is being on a big stage in front of all those people. And I've dreamt of being a Protea and playing World Cup and Commonwealth Games since I was a little girl. When I watched netball and all the Marijke Holthaus and all those players playing. Then I started working hard and I got the opportunity and I took it with both hands. And now I'm representing my country in a World Cup.
As they say in English, the rest is history, right?
Yes.
But Elmeré, for all the young girls that are sitting at home watching you right now, the little girls that have those dreams of making it to where you are now, what is your message for them as well as to their parents? Because we know how difficult it is for women to pursue sport as a profession and as a career. What words of advice do you have for the young girl as well as to the parents of those young girls?
To keep working hard and never give up on your dreams, because if it's destined to you, the door will open for you to conquer those dreams that you have. And for the parents, to support your child no matter what. My mom and dad always supported me with everything I wanted to do, and it's always nice to be able to know that I can go back to them and I can always have their support.
Elmeré, thank you so much for your time. Good luck with the rest of your camp out in Stellenbosch, and we look forward to seeing you out in Cape Town.
Thank you so much.
All right, that is the Proteas sharpshooter Elmeré Van Der Berg talking all things Netball World Cup. It does get underway on the 28th of July all the way to the 6th of August out in Cape Town, and Morning Live will be there bringing you all that action.